Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Here are the three biggest mistakes I have seen people do and I've seen myself do when building a garage gym or any home gym. So first and foremost, congratulations on making the decision to build a home gym. And I'm glad you're watching this video because I should have watched this video before I started building my own home gym. This is stuff that I wish I knew before I started. The first thing is budget. It takes quite a bit of money to build a home gym, more than I anticipated. When I was first building my home gym, I started off by buying the cheapest and basically any Rogue rack that I could find because I started in the COVID era. And at that time, everything was out of stock. So I ended up purchasing a Rogue rack, RML3, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't too expensive. And I was like, okay, I'm good. You know, I'll buy a barbell and I should be able to start working out. And then I realized, okay, I need some weight. Right? Of course you need some weight. And then you look at the price of a 45-pound plate and you're like, dang, that is expensive. But then I'm benching 225, 315. I need at least 3 sets of plates. That's 6 plates total. But then what if I hit 4 in squats or deadlifts? Now you need 4 sets, 8 plates total. And plus, what if I want to do 25s and 10s and 5s and 2.5s? So all that stuff starts to add up. And one of the things that you make sure you need to put into your budget is the flooring. What are you gonna do with the flooring? These rubber stall mats, at the time of COVID, I don't know the exact price nowadays, and I'm sure you can find used ones. That's kind of the good thing about maybe building a home gym now, is that you can find some of this stuff used. A lot of people went back to the commercial gym. They're kind of done with their home gym. They're getting rid of their equipment. If you find something like that, that is perfect. But the flooring at the time when I built it was pretty expensive. I could only afford a couple pieces. I ended up just getting what I could and just built it. So the flooring, make sure you take everything into account for budgeting when you build your home gym. The dumbbells are expensive, but what are you gonna put the dumbbells on? The dumbbell rack. You have to buy a dumbbell rack. How much is your dumbbell rack gonna be? Depends on which one you get. And then aside from just the rack and the barbell, you also have to get a bench press. And then aside from the bench press, you need J-cups. And aside from the J-cups, you need something to put your plates on. So you need to you need to buy some kind of tree, like a weight tree, or you could do what I did and get some horns on another set of uprights. So you need to figure out, really think about everything. Maybe a good thing to do is to look at somebody's setup, and if you really you want to basically almost copy and paste their setup or something very similar, take their setup and imagine you're building it today, put everything in your car, add it up, and see exactly how much it costs. And from there, you could either buy more things or you could take away a couple of things that maybe aren't as necessary. So the first mistake was budgeting. The second mistake is how you set up your home gym. I made this mistake personally. I first initially started in a garage gym. I took so much time to prepare exactly how I'm gonna set it up. I made a place where I actually enjoyed working out. I actually enjoyed walking into it. It was a comfortable space for me. It was a place where I genuinely could work out consistently and stay consistent over time. Then I moved to another place and I ended up saying, let me try to build this home gym into the basement. I didn't put as much time and effort into it. I didn't really care about it as much for whatever reason. And the setup was horrible. It did not work out for me. And I ended up going to the commercial gym a lot more than I ended up working out at the home gym. It did not work for me. So the second mistake that you should be careful of is make sure you think about what you're gonna do for your gym, how you're gonna set it up, what you need, what you could add to make it more comfortable. And I'll give you guys some examples of a couple of things. One of the biggest things is lighting. If your lighting is dim, very kind of low light, your brain is not gonna be maybe as active as you think it would be. And this is one of the issues that I had in the basement gym is it was dark. There was not really too many windows. So my brain was just like, man, I'm down here. It's kind of like a dungeon. Maybe some people like that, but it didn't work for me. And that's what's important, is that you have to figure out what works for you, what your body likes, what your brain likes, and make sure you kind of figure out a way to make it work for yourself. So for me, I've added a bunch of lights. It really wakes up my brain, gets me kind of locked in, gives me the energy I need to work out. And then also in the garage gym, one of the things that I really love about a garage gym, and I look forward to every year, is opening up the garage doors in the summer. It is such a vibe. It is beautiful having that fresh air, just breathing in that fresh air, feeling that summer heat. When you're lifting, you just have to kind of experience, you have to be there for you to kind of understand how it feels. So That's one thing that's huge for me, opening up that garage door during the summer. Now, if you live in California or somewhere that's always nice year round, that is even better for you. Open up that garage door year round, breathe in some fresh air, get a nice pump. What more can you ask for? So the last mistake that thankfully I haven't done yet, but I could see other people doing, is buying stuff that they don't use, just kind of having random gym equipment everywhere and not really utilizing the space as efficiently as possible. So when I built this home gym, my passions currently and for the past several years have been bodybuilding and powerlifting. So when I built this home gym, it was purpose built that if I wanted to lift heavy, I could lift heavy. If I wanted to do more bodybuilding style programs, I could do that as well. So I ended up basically buying the equipment that I needed for myself, for my goals, and for what I needed. But then there's certain things that I wish I kind of didn't cut corners on. And for example, one of the things is the treadmill. I have a treadmill in the corner that kind of just sits there. And the reason why is because it was a free treadmill. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody was giving it away for free. I was like, you know what? Let me just go and pick it up. So I pick it up. I mean, it works, but it just doesn't, it's not smooth. I don't know how to explain it. The treadmill, just every time you step, it kind of stops, and then you kind of have to figure out how to walk on it properly. Personally, I just don't like it, and then it takes up space. So I could see other people buying things that they don't need, and then it just takes up space and you kind of have to just deal with it. So don't make the mistake of buying things that you don't need or don't have space for. Make sure that it's well thought out, the space is well thought out, and the beauty of having a home gym is you could tailor it to yourself and to your goals and to do whatever you want to do, whether you're into powerlifting, bodybuilding, strongman, calisthenics, whatever the case is. That's the beauty of it. You could build the home gym to whatever you want it to be. So just make sure you think about it. Think about it before you buy this piece of equipment. Do you really need it? Where's it going to fit? Do I have the space for it? How could I plan this space to make it functional and kind of optimize the space as much as possible? Because that's the other thing, is at home gyms, most of us don't have a lot of space. Maybe a 2-car garage, 3-car garage, maybe you use one bay. I initially used one bay and I made it work. It was kind of tight and I was restricted a little bit on how much, gym equipment I could use, but I made it work. But that's the mistake you want to avoid. If you're, let's say, working with a 1-car garage, let's say you buy a bunch of cardio equipment, but you're more into powerlifting. Well, powerlifters barely do cardio anyways. Maybe you just need a bike, maybe a small treadmill. Maybe you could just go and take walks outside to save space for stuff that will actually help you for your goals. So just think about it. Don't make the mistake of buying too much stuff and stuff that you don't need. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree or disagree or want to add onto this list. I appreciate you guys. Inshallah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.